Welcome back to SV Blown Away, and in this week's video we are starting the installation of our autopilot and our new instruments. Well, we are Natalie, Ian and Nelson, and we live a life less ordinary, and we are sharing our adventure with you. Action! What are we doing, Nat?
Well, as you know, Ian has just made this new instrument panel for our new instruments, wind instruments, and our new autopilot controller. So we were just going to have a look and see whereabouts they would fit.
Ooh. Now this is where the timeline is going to get a little bit crazy. We had to hire a car on 3 different occasions to collect our parts delivery from Aegean Electronics. So for me to film that is actually quite boring. It's boring for me and it's boring for you, so I didn't really do a great deal of filming. And it's filmed in several different locations, so please, if you see us wearing different clothes, parked in different places, just have a chuckle about it to yourself. So Blown Away already has an existing backbone or network which is feeding information to the chart plotter. But because we're adding an autopilot to the system, we had to replace our instrument panel. And it didn't make sense to put back the old instruments. So we're fitting 2 new display units in the instrument panel in the cockpit. Alongside of those display units will be our autopilot controller. We've also decided to replace our anemometer. And to supply the new autopilot with information, we're fitting a gyro-stabilised Precision 9 compass. To correlate all that information and to control the autopilot, we also have a NAC 3 Simrad computer. And at the business end is an electro-hydraulic T3 autopilot RAM, again from B&G Simrad. Aegean Electronics. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think of Aegean Electronics?
Probably a 5.
5, okay.
Purely because when they do send stuff out, it does get delivered quite quickly. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the right sort of stuff.
Ah, okay. There's where the problem comes in. So they send stuff out, it's just unfortunately not the right stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But I wouldn't give them a 5. I'd give them a 3. And that's me being generous.
But they did accept the fault.
They did, yeah. But their idea of rectifying that fault is incorrect. Yeah. Okay. So that's their solution, which is a DC-DC transformer. So it's taking 12 volts, pushing it up to 24 volts, and that's what they want us to use on the autopilot because they sent us the wrong RAM. Won't work. Already spoke to Simrad in the UK. That will not work.
Okay. Put that on eBay then.
Yep. We should have a couple of cables. Okay. So, yeah, here's our cables. So these are Simrad cables. So we need one for the compass, and we need the other one for the wind instrument. So that's those 2. They can go on the coffee table. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to fit the new instrument into the wooden panel that I made, which should be relatively easy because they very cleverly give you a silhouette that you can cut out in this sheet of paper. You can then mount it on the board or panel that you want to fit your instrument to and use it to mark out where you need to make the cuts.
ever fixing the boat?
Yes.
What are you fixing?
I've extended the backbone, the electronics backbone, up into this cupboard because the autopilot and the 2 new Simrad displays are out there.
Ta-da! Although currently this one's not so effective.
Missing in action.
Yeah, so we're waiting on another one of these, which should be delivered this afternoon, but we're not holding a lot of hope.
Now, you know what they say, right?
What?
Hope dies last.
Yeah.
As the light fades in your eyes, and you take that final breath, I thought they were delivering it today.
Once again, we rented a car to go and pick up these bits. So we've spent money on a rental car, on fuel, on all the rest of it, only to find out that I drove all the way up there this morning to drop the money off so the courier could pick up the money before he dropped the pieces off, and the boatyard's office closes at 4 o'clock and it's currently about 3 and they're about 45 minutes away. So we don't think we're getting them now, and obviously it's Friday because it wouldn't be a Monday, so now we might have to wait all weekend and hire another car on Monday to go and get it.
Cheap living on a boat. Dead cheap living on a boat.
Hey, I like doing that. An autopilot is very useful navigational aid, but it does not, under any circumstance, replace a human navigator. Do not use automatic steering when...
So have we still got a hand steer then?
Oh.
£6 later and I still got a hand steer, you're bloody joking.
In heavy...
The lights are on, the lights are on. Let's go on the wood shavings.
English UK. Change language to English UK. Unit will restart. Yes. Depth in the cockpit.
Yeah, we're not moving, so you're not going to get speed.
And life to the autopilot control. Ready? That's cool. You can cancel the alarm from up here. You don't have to run down there to go, stop it!
Mm-hmm. And with the new display instruments installed, it's time to go up the mast and fit the new wind indicator.
Let me do it.
And now to pull some cables. So quick to dismiss my efforts. So this thing is basically it's upside down. It's a stop cable. It's an old stop cable from an engine. But what it is I think they call this piano wire. But literally, if I let go of this, it's just going to take my eye out because it is so like it's deadly in the wrong hands.
Sorry about the mess down here, guys. We're in the middle of threading cables, which means we have to get into this locker, into the shoe cupboard, into this locker, and run cables over the ceiling here, down through the gap, all the way through here, all the way through there, all the way through, coming out in there, and to the computer, which is back there. So our entire boat is in pieces. Right, so what we're hoping is that Ian can feed
lose an eye
this over the top of the ceiling here to come out back here. What we've got up there is can you see that? Right, so up here we have our backbone for our NMEA 2000 cables. So this is the one we've just attached, which is the wind instrument. And then we've got all the other things like depth, autopilot, computer, etc, etc.
And that is as far as we got. We have the displays fitted, and we have the wind indicator fitted, and our transducer is feeding depth information to the displays. So for the time being, we get on with other projects. We've had a delivery from Karen and John off the Cat Loonies, who very kindly drove some equipment back to Greece for us. Oh, that's a spare. Actually, I'll leave that in the wrapping. So that's a spare controller for our Lofren's windlass. That's got windlass spares covered. Boat parts and camera bits. GoPro batteries! Thank goodness! So our GoPro batteries have been on the Razzle for a little while, haven't they?
Yes.
And they are Duracell as well, which is nice. So we bought 4 Duracell batteries for the GoPros. So now maybe they'll stay on for longer than 2 minutes. We're going to win a chicken dinner. And all the problems we have with the gas cooker, we couldn't get the American fit in for the cooker. Managed to find one online, and it's a quick connect as well. So I can disconnect it when I don't want it on the gas barbecue. That'll do another job. This was a little treat for me.
Ooh.
So I've been doing voiceovers for our videos using my mobile phone and then airdropping it to the computer, which is nothing but heartache.
But thanks for the tip, Andy, off Sailing Melody.
Yeah, Sailing Melody gave me the tip on using that because my audio is pretty crap. So I've coughed up my first year's revenue from YouTube on a USB mic.
I was going to say, how much have you actually earned off YouTube now? $6?
About €7 at the moment.
€7.
€7, and this was about $100.
Best get producing videos.
7 times 12?
No.
So it is roughly a year. So it'll take me a year. Okay. Oh, this could be the fridge controller. Yes, it is. So remember, I bought the fridge controller. They sent me a 12-volt one from China. So it took 3 months to get there, and then when they sent it to me, it was the wrong one. And I gave it away. I gave it to somebody else because we wouldn't put it on fridge. Our fridge is on the blink. Yeah, you can figure out that. Keep that. That's a spare. Well, not a spare. It's got to go in service, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't lose it. Oh yeah, okay. I forgot about these. Some GoPro mounts. So maybe it's going to take me 2 years to pay off the camera equipment. So these are mounts for the GoPro. These are genuine GoPro as well, so they were more expensive than copies, but maybe this one doesn't fall apart.
Maybe it stays where you put it.
Maybe. The amount of times I have to do this with the camera as I'm watching the camera go, oh, yeah. Because we've got lots of framework in here, we can now just, oh, and they lock as well. These are like super duper. Look at these things.
Very cool.
I think I've just peed myself. Christ, what a grip on that. That's insane. And you can check the rubber strap up as well. No.
So if you're doing it on a smaller item.
It's like a proper workout. Don't get your fingers stuck in there, sweetheart. Do not be using these clothes pegs.
Keep the duvet cover in check.
It's not been so long since I ordered this stuff. KS Energy. So these are the bus bars for our battery management system. I have no idea the percentage of my batteries at the moment. Could be 50%, 60%, 80%, whatever. I've got no idea how much power is going out of them. I have no idea how much power is going into them. Kind of. So I ordered a couple of Victron bus bars, which have a Bluetooth connection. So these will Bluetooth to our phones. Cool. So these smart shunts are going to go in the system, and they will send information to our mobile phones, and we will know what the percentage going in, percentage going out, and charge rates, etc. So every time we flick a switch, you'll see the amount of amperage
Yeah.
that one item is
So
using.
you can tell how much the fridge is using, how much the autopilot's using.
Yes.
Once we've fitted the autopilot.
Bada bing, bada boom. So we got one of these for the 12 volt, and one of them for the 24 volt.
Okay.
Than I'd anticipated. Our Dinghy's never going to get on a plane. So, as you probably noticed, we've got wheels on a Dinghy, and I'm sick of having punctures. So I bought some rigid beach wheels. So these are really wide, solid rubber. Run up down the beach, don't get a puncture, don't have a flat tyre, don't get stuck in the sand.
Shall I go check?
I hope the spindle sizes are the same. That was the only drama, but it should fit. Aha! So when I did this cooker shot, I was using the angle grinder, and the sparks from the angle grinder actually cracked the lens on the camera. So I bought a replacement camera lens, which I now have to fit to this camera. Did I make something? I just think he's going to the beach. And as per usual, these things are perished. See, the tyres just split, and then the tubes get punctured. And these aren't very old. We've only just fitted these, what, 18 months ago?
Yeah, when the Dinghy was new.
It doesn't really matter, the diameter's slightly wrong. I don't think it is, it's pretty darn
Placing
close.
a wheel.
Fast fit. Yep, that was my fear. It's a slightly different size. Damn it.
Ta-da!
Yeah, they're not. Something else to rattle, but it might be that we can find a piece of plastic, or that we can. The annoying thing is that bit of tube in there would have been the right diameter.
Mm.
Okay, well we've got.
It could be that you can cut it off and drill another couple of holes in to keep it sideways, no?
Well, we've got tubing kicking right, haven't we? Yes, yeah. So that's the right size. So what we'll have to do is just go whitting, get that off, and then we'll put this bar on.
What do you slide the bit you've got over that? Does that work?
Yeah, that would work as well actually.
Just cut it off and...
Yeah, that's a very good idea actually. Good thinking back, girl. Well done, Igor. Well done, Igor.
I did well.
Yeah, we can just slide it over. Of course you can. There's another job done. Nice. And is that a new t-shirt, Natalie?
It's a new t-shirt. It's a new blown away t-shirt. Da da da.
Wow.
Pervert, you just zoomed in on my boob.
Uh-huh. That should sell some. And they are of course made from recycled ginger hair.
Talking of gingerness.
When I did this cooker shot, come on in.